تميز بموهبة تمثيلية وفنية كبيرة. تنوعت أدواره بين الطيبة والشر وأحيانا الرومانسية. اشتهر بدور رجل الشرطة في سلسلة أفلام السلاح القاتل. التي وضعته في مصاف كبار النجوم. نشط في مجال حقوق الإنسان، فوضعه جمهوره بين نجومه المحبوبين المثقفين. إنه الممثل الأمريكي الشهير داني جلوفر.
Sir Danny, how are you?
Hello, how are you?
Fine.
Good,
fine.
good.
I want to welcome you in Egypt.
Thank
and,
you.
Welcome you in Luxor in particular.
All right.
And as a guest of honor in the 3rd Film Festival of the African Film Festival.
Thank you.
Danny Glover has a very, very great fame, and he's so loved by all the Egyptians. All the Egyptians are always following up your updates and the latest news.
Well, it's certainly an honor to be not only recognized here in Egypt, but the fact that people appreciate me, appreciate my work, and also I think they also more than that, they see me as a brother, and they see me as a member of the same family. So I think that makes me feel especially good about that.
Yes, this is true, and that's why I wanted to tell me your beginning, your starting point. How did you begin your successful career?
Well, it begins in so many ways. I didn't always believe I would be an actor. I'd never been in front of a camera or on stage in a production before I was 20 years old. So I didn't dream about being an actor when I was a child.
So that means that you didn't put it in consideration.
No, I did not.
This is so weird.
Yeah, it's something happens when you find some way of expressing your feelings in a day, and you become passionate about it. You know, if I would have felt the same way about being a doctor and passionate about being a doctor, I'd probably been a doctor. But there's something that happened after after I was 25 years old that made me feel like made me feel like I wanted to be an actor. And slowly I began to organize my life about what I felt I was passionate about. And that's the story, not only my story, but the story of many people who think they're going to make one choice in life, and as things begin to evolve in their life, they find that they make another choice.
Yes, and this is fortunately your turning point in your life.
Well, certainly when I decided I was going to be an actor, it was somewhat of a turning point in my life. It wasn't simply the fact that I come and was born at a period in the history of the world, in my country, and I think in other places in the world, where people my age, my generation, wanted to do something to change the world.
Yes, of course.
And so that was I as an individual was expressing something that was happening with many young people my age, my generation, collectively. So I felt that's the first thing, and that passion is not changed, even though I'm at the other end of my life, at the very senior moment in my life, the fact that I could do something to change the world.
And this passion is like a motive to you.
Yes, it is. It's been a driving force for me all my life, and it's been a driving force for me within my career as well.
ولد جلوفر في عام 1946 بسان فرانسيسكو لأبوين يعملان بالبريد. كانا ناشطين في مناهضة التمييز العنصري ضد السود بأمريكا. عانى داني جلوفر أثناء دراسته الثانوية من مرض الصرع وتعثر القراءة، لكنه سرعان ما تغلب على مشاكله الصحية بعد التحاقه بالجامعة لدراسة الرياضيات والاقتصاد.
First people who encouraged me was, by example, were my parents, my mother and father. Even though they were never actors, even though they were never performers or artists, the fact that they encouraged me by the examples that they set in their life. You know, they were good people. They were family. I mean, they were parents, and they were good parents. They taught us very important ethics, values, to study, to work hard. Those are the values, and certainly those are the things that my mother and father were very important in instilling in me and creating in me. So I think that was the first people. Then there were certainly other people that I saw, whose work that I saw, who were iconic men and women. People like Harry Belafonte, people like Sidney Poitier, Ruby Dee, and also Ossie Davis, her husband. Those are people who encouraged me as well. So there's a group of people that you see, and you begin to respond or respect what they do, not only as an artist, but what they do as a citizen as well.
Yes, and to push you.
Huh?
To push you to go on.
And they were very, even though I did not know them, they were symbols of encouragement for me.
ترك داني جلوفر وظيفته كباحث في مكتب رئيس البلدية، والتحق بورشة الممثلين السود ليتعلم فن التمثيل. بعدها وقف على المسرح لأول مرة كممثلا.
Do you think that black stars didn't get the full rights except after the year 2000? For example, Morgan Freeman, Denzel Washington, Will Smith.
Well, I think it's the whole idea of us receiving what we would call our full rights.
Yeah, full rights, I mean the full reputation, the payment, the number of movies they make every year.
Well, that changes to some degree. I think that one of the major questions we have to ask ourselves: what is the content of the film?
Okay.
And certainly the content of most films is simply entertainment. But for those who, like myself, who believe that film are transcending in some way, and they provide us an opportunity for transformation in the film. You can use film. I mean, you learn a lot about yourself and a lot about women in the world when you saw The Color Purple.
Yes.
And you were able to identify with that story. So stories have to be a place where they're not simply just entertainment. They have to find some way in which they communicate ideas, and really communicate ideas of hope, communicate ideas of love, and communicate ideas of building community. And I think films have to do that.
Yes.
I think any culture does that. So films are part of an expression of culture, one expression, one dynamic expression of culture. Then culture needs to do that as well.
So you mean communication by all its means?
Well, I think by that, yeah, yes. Absolutely. You know, so I think it's important for us to value what we do.
Okay.
What we do, everything in our life, how we change our life, how we transform, we have to value that. And that should be reflected in the culture and the culture production that we engage in and what we produce.
بدأ جلوفر مشواره في السينما الأمريكية في عام 1979 عندما أدى دورا صغيرا في فيلم الهروب، واستمر بتقديم أدوار مميزة في أفلام ناجحة مثل أماكن في القلب، الشاهد.
Hey man. Hey! doing, man?
Washing my hands, man.
What? Come on, man, let's get out of here.
Hold tight. Check it again.
Danny, do you know any idea about the Egyptian cinema?
Well, I've had the privilege of looking at Egyptian cinema because I'm very interested in world cinema. And so at festivals in my country and other places, I've been able to look at, see Egyptian movies. And I know the role that Egyptian movies have played in the region. They were the main producers of movies for the entire region here. And so I've had the opportunity to watch them sometimes, and when I'm in New York and staying at the United Nations Millennium Hotel, I turn to the channel, the Egyptian channel, and maybe watch an Egyptian movie. I'm always interested in, even though I don't speak Arabic, I'm always interested in the visual language in telling the story. So I can follow the story even if it's on mute. Yes. Follow the story just following the visual language. In fact, I've had the chance to meet once briefly and to watch the films of one of the great filmmakers in the world, Youssef Chahine.
Youssef Chahine, yes.
Yeah, and two of my favorite films were Destiny, which was one of his last films, yes, but also The Immigrant, yes, which is the story of Joseph. I've seen those movies on numerous occasions.
Get up, my man!
Color Purple was my fourth film, actually. A film about African Americans, black people, but it's a film that had universality to it.